Hi besties, welcome back to another one of my videos. Today I'm doing one of my favorite reading vlogs to do, I think. I don't know if my February TBR is gonna come out before this reading vlog or after. I think it's gonna come out before, but if not, you guys are getting a little sneak peek into my February TBR. But it's essentially Goodreads picks which books I'll read for this reading vlog. So the way I do it is I'll take a set TBR, a set list of books, and put it on a shelf in Goodreads. And from there, I will get the ratings and I'll get the highest rated book on my Goodreads, or on my TBR on my list, and the lowest rated one. So that's what we're doing today. So I'm going to rapid fire the books that are going to be on this list. I have the Ever King, I have Daisy Hates, A Risk on Forever, the Black Knight, The Boyfriend, Heartless Hunter, My Dark Romeo, My Fault, Mr. Masters, and City of Ashes. So I'm gonna add these all to a list. I'm gonna see the highest rated one, the lowest rated one, and I'll come back rate to you guys. I got the two that we will be reading for this reading vlog. Anyways, these are going to be the two books that I'll be reading for this reading vlog. The highest rating on this book, I don't know if any of you guys made guesses, is Heartless Hunter, which doesn't surprise me in the least, and the lowest is My Fault, which this doesn't surprise me as well. I've heard many mixed things about this book, but I've also heard many people love it. It's also a TV show, so... Hi besties, I have my first update on My Fault. I got 76 pages in, like 10% in. I'm not very far in. I have initial thoughts. One, it is giving Wattpad. Like, I know this author was a Wattpad, it was like Wattpad turned published, which there's nothing wrong with that. I will read them. Like, the After series is a Wattpad series. There's a couple books actually on my shelf that I've read that I've enjoyed that were Wattpad. So I'm not saying that as like a bad thing. But you can definitely tell that it's got that like toxic relationship for sure. It is step siblings, which I didn't know, but it's like she is coming into his life when he's already like 22. There is like a small age gap. It's set in like California, which I didn't know. I thought this book was, I'm pretty sure this book is like not English. So it's very confusing me that it's set in California. But like maybe I have all that wrong. I don't know. I probably should have did more research into that. But I'm pretty sure like the show is like dubbed because it's not English. But, or the movie, is it a movie? I don't know. Anyways, my thoughts. I am enjoying it. I really like our female main character. Our male main character is giving bully, which is like fine. I don't know if this book has triggers, but I don't know, check them. But yeah, so far I'm enjoying. I want to keep reading. Essentially, it's about this girl who, her mother goes on vacation, meets this guy on a cruise ship and marries him, and he's like this rich guy who lives in California. So the mom like upheavals her life and they move to California for her senior year of high school, and she gets there and the stepbrother's there and he's not very nice to her. He's actually an asshole, and he is into all this crazy stuff. Like he races cars and he parties hard, and his dad has like no idea, and she's slowly, you know, stumbling upon some things and he's getting very mad. That's where we're at in this story. I'm hoping the romance picks up. I don't really mind step siblings, so we're just gonna keep going. Hi besties, I am not sure the last time I updated you guys, but I finished My Fault and I have some thoughts. I'm going to rate it at 3.5 star. I was a little disappointed, very disappointed in this one. It started off so strong for me. I don't mind the step sibling trope. Like, I really enjoy forced proximity, so sometimes I very much enjoy that trope. But this one did not give what I wanted it to give. It started off really strong. And then I think about halfway through, I really fell off in caring about the characters, and like the romance I did not really feel. I feel like they were enemies. Something happens and then he like just flips and he is infatuated, in love with her, like would do anything for her. And I feel like it was just not, it did not progress the way that I thought it would progress, or that normal romances progress, and I think that's what disappointed me majority. With that being said, though, I still enjoyed it enough to finish it and read it, and 3.5 stars. I think I'm gonna settle on 3.5. I've been thinking about it, so that's kind of my thoughts on that. I was hoping to get a little more substance with their chemistry and the build-up and everything like that, but I think it just went from enemies to in love way too fast. There was no build-up, in my opinion. So that was just my thoughts, my opinions. I will not be reading the rest of the series, but I do plan on watching the movie, and I'm pretty sure a new movie set in London is coming out in actually this month in February. So moving on to the next part of this reading challenge is the highest rated book on my Goodreads. I think I already talked about it, but the book that I'm going to be starting is Heartless Hunter. It's out of the dust jacket because I don't read in the dust jacket, but this one is a YA fantasy romance, which I think I already went into depth about it, but I'm going to start this one. I'm very excited. I've heard mixed things about this one. I feel like I've heard people that absolutely love this book and it was their favorite book of last year, and then other people that liked it but like it wasn't their favorite. So I'm very curious to see how I'll fall in it. I have a feeling that I'm going to love it. I tend to love fantasy romance books that other people very much love, and for this one to be the highest rated one on my February TBR, it's fitting that I'll probably love it. But yeah, we're gonna dive into this one and start reading it. Hi besties, I have my first update for Heartless Hunter. It's going very good. It's very fast paced, and I think it's a YA. I'm getting through it maybe a little faster than I would a adult book. I'm trying to fix the lighting. It's not the best today. We work with what we can, but I wanted to give my first little update. I got 51 pages in, and if you don't know what this book is about, it's about our main character. It's dual point of view between the male, I'm assuming the male main character, and the female main character, and it's about Rune, who is a witch who is trying to help witches escape being caught, because being a witch, from what I've gathered so far, is not a good thing. And the male character is a witch hunter. He works for the Blood Guard, and what they do is they find witches and they take them and imprison them and kill them and whatever they do with them. So far we have our female main character who, her grandma, this is not spoiler, I mean it's the first 50 pages, I'm not sure what's on the description of the book, but so you have our female main character who, her grandmother, her nan, she calls her, dies like in the beginning, and this was set 2 years ago, and ever since then our female main character has pledged to help other witches kind of escape if she finds out that they're going to be caught or captured or imprisoned. It's her story so far. And then you have the witch hunter who is trying to figure out who the Crimson Moth is and who is helping these witches escape and get out. So that's the storyline so far. I'm only 50 pages in. I'm enjoying it. It's going very fast, and I am very excited to see where the story goes. I see this as being one that I might really, really like, so I have very high hopes at the moment. I'm gonna go on a walk and listen to this one and hopefully get farther into this. I think my goal for today is probably get to 100 pages into this book, but I will definitely keep you guys updated. But so far so good. Hi besties, I have a little update. I binged this book yesterday. I'm on page 281. I think I'm like over 60%, maybe 66% into this book, and I'm loving this. This book has potential to be a 5-star. It's not a 5-star yet. I will say it's sitting at like the 4.5 mark. I'm really enjoying it. I'm really enjoying the story. I'm really enjoying the characters. I know I gave you guys like a lot of my thoughts the last update. I'm having a really good time. Okay, plan for today is to finish this book, and then obviously I'll give you guys all my thoughts and feelings. I'm hoping the ending really blows my mind and it can be a 5-star. I'm also really happy that book 2 comes out literally this month, so I won't be waiting too long for the sequel. But yes, I'm really enjoying it. I can see why it's so highly rated. I can see why this would be the top book for my February TBR. But yeah, we are gonna sit down and finish it. Hi besties, I finished this book and I wanted to do a little check-in before I head to bed. Rating it a 4.5 star. So it kind of checks out with being highly rated. There's like a few things that kept it from being a 5-star. One of them is I guessed one of the big plot points, which is like totally fine. I don't really care if I guess stuff, but I just feel like it probably, or it could have been done like a little bit more interesting. Like I feel like it was such a cop-out. And then 2, like another plot point in the story, I just think a character got done so dirty, and the way that she went about doing this, like the build up to this happening, I also like was not a huge fan of. And then this is like a non-spoiler, but they use like period blood to create spells, which I thought was kind of gross. Like there's many ways that she could have went about it, but I guess it like makes sense in the universe. There's just like some small things that kept it from being like a 5-star, not that huge of a deal. But yeah, 4.5 stars. I really enjoyed this one. I'm super glad that the next one comes out in a couple days, so I don't have to wait too long for the next one, because this one does kind of leave off on a cliffhanger. But I think it's only going to be a duology, so that's exciting as well. Also, I thought this was YA. I don't think it's YA. There was definitely open door romance in this book, so I would not go into it thinking it's a YA. To wrap up this video, I read Heartless Hunter and My Fault. This was the lowest rated on my TBR for February, and this was the highest rated on my TBR for February on Goodreads. I will say I think I agree this month. My Fault, this one was a 3-star for me. I think I ended up rating it 3.5. The more I think about it, probably more of a 3-star. So I can see that. And then Heartless Hunter was a 4.5, so I definitely see the hype around this book and I see why people love it. But I just want to say thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I hope you enjoyed this one. I love doing these reading vlogs. I feel like I love seeing if my ratings are the same as other people's ratings. So in this case it was. So as always, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.